Good morning, Wellington. Good morning, Doutores da Alegria. Good morning, everybody else who's watching this. Good morning.
Good morning, Michael. Good morning, all of you from Doutores da Alegria and from the sister groups of Doutores da Alegria, Palhaços em Rede, the Clown Network. It's wonderful to be here with you guys. And just don't mind us, we're
You're
just
in your
talking.
you're in your home in Sao Paulo.
Yes, I am. And you are in your
I'm
home.
in my home in Bangor, Pennsylvania, in my star-studded ceiling, which I painted this way because it reminded me of being in a circus tent.
Ah, this is
Uh,
this is beautiful, beautiful. And you painted it.
yes, yes.
Fabulous. Man, I tell you, circus tent and this meeting that we're starting today, and as not as we speak, but many people will be watching this conversation. So many years later, 34 years after you started the Big Apple Circus Clown Care Unit and this amazing work, how do you see the future? Or what do you have to tell? What does your heart tell you that you would like to share with everyone who's watching us?
Wow, good question, Wellington. First of all, I would like to express a tremendous gratitude that I have for each and every one of you, for you, Wellington, whom I consider my brother for very many reasons, for Doutores, and for all of you who are watching, and all of you who are not watching, but have committed yourselves to this amazing work, play, service that we call a lot of names: clown care, clown doctoring, giggle doctoring, medical clowning, a lot of names for this amazing activity. And I never thought for a moment when I was standing on the stage in 1986 before children who'd had heart surgery and their parents and their physicians that this would grow to the extent that it has. I am absolutely amazed and awed and full of gratitude. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. So, Wellington, I have a question for you.
Oh, all right.
After 29 years that Doutores has been, and the effect that it has had on the world and on Brazil, how does that make you feel? How does that that make you feel?
That makes me, one thing that was very interesting when I was on the everyday activities, I felt like I have no time to think about this. I have to keep going because being in Brazil, I always was afraid of that something would happen overnight and we would have to close doors. So I always kept going because I said, the more territory I conquer, the harder it is for us to close doors. And now that I sat back and looked at it, for the first time, I feel uh, we are really creating a profession of the future. And for the first time, I've felt proud of the work I did because I had no idea of everything it took, and uh, and also your support there all the time was something I knew I could always count on. So I would say that all of this helped me come across these amazing people, and I mean, have the results we're having. What about you?
Could I have a little coffee first?
Yeah.
What was the question?
Well, after 34 years, how do you see what you've created being like all over the world, having characteristics of future? I mean, it is your work that influenced Hollywood to produce a movie. Um,
Well, that's not quite, I mean, it was my work and Patch Adams' work. It's actually, that movie is a combination of the two worlds. Robin Williams had a script of a film for me, about me, on his desk, and he had a script from Patch, about Patch. And this film was really a combination of the two stories. It was tremendously helpful for the clown care unit of the Big Apple Circus, which I'd founded, because basically people would they would interview Patch about the film, and then they would interview me as a person who's doing it in the hospitals.
aha.
So we got a tremendous amount of very positive recognition from that movie. To your question, again, filled with tremendous awe and gratitude about the scope and the scale that this activity has taken in all of the ways of the countries and that it has. There's a European Federation of hospital clowning organizations. Maybe one day there will be a world federation of hospital clowning organizations. And why stop there? We eventually could have the solar system federation, and why not the galactic? At one point, let's think big, the Galactic Federation of Hospital Clowning Organizations. Why not?
Sure. And by then, we will have discovered how to live over 200 years old, and we will all be together. Okay. Oh, this
There you are. There you are. Done.
vision for the future.
Future. And it only took us less than 10 minutes for Wellington and I to sew up the future of our activities. Okay. Goodbye.
Yes, goodbye. But before we say goodbye, what would you have? I always tell our public first. I feel very proud that we've done this of grouping everyone together so that we share knowledge, because I feel that we are. See, you started. I brought it to Brazil. Uh, all our colleagues, to Paris and Germany, but I feel that we're all co-responsible for the construction of this profession of the future, or this artistic activity, whatever name.
Absolutely.
So I, I I always think of these people. Yeah, work hard, work your ass off.
I
Maybe
don't know how,
here.
well, I don't know how many people are aware that the jobs that we do in the hospital is a combination of many different types of skills.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
I think that one of the reasons why uh, I ended up on the stage at Alumni Auditorium in 1986 was because over several decades I had accumulated a variety of skills that were appropriate to bring me into the hospital, and that each and every one of us, you certainly in Wellington, have these skills, and all the people that are doing this have some variety of the skills I'm going to identify. Acting, yes. I was trained as a professional actor.
Oh, see.
Yeah. And then skills from the street of direct contact joyous contact, but no curtain in between. And the street also created a highly developed sense of peripheral awareness. Because in the hospital, right, you have to be aware of everything that's going on around you.
Right.
It's a very important skill. I was a clown in the Big Apple Circus. And the whole reason why we call ourselves doctors and we wear a white coat is because when I saw the medical world, I was seeing them through the glasses of a circus clown, and the concept of parody, of making fun of the authority figures and making fun of all of the different acts in the circus. Yes, but in the hospital, these acts became take eye tests, hearing tests, all of the things that physicians do. Then once we get into the hospital, now we have a whole nother set of skills that I never was prepared for. The emotional part of it.
The entrepreneurial part of it.
Absolutely, that's always an important part. So it's such an exciting combination of skills that enable artists to work in these environments.
And listening to you, I also feel in the construction of this profession of the future, I trust the intelligence of life, because right now I figured that because this work was started 34, 25, 30 years ago, it is today a real antidote for the times we're living, because in a world that's going so fast with so many changes, I guess it's so easy to be disconnected. And for us to be able to, bring this joy, it's all about the encounter. It's all about being present, and which I think is the beautiful challenge that it poses for mankind today. And that gives me the feeling that we are this not well kept secret, not because we're not so much of a secret, but we carry with us an amazing antidote and possible remedy for the challenges we're living right now. How do you
Well,
feel about
I
that?
absolutely agree. And I think my way of saying what you just said is every time that we stand in a doorway of a hospital room, but then larger doorways of our lives, but I'll just keep it to an image that we're all familiar with this work. Every time we stand in the doorway of a hospital room and we look in, there is dis-ease. There are problems, there's disease, conflict, and sometimes it's life-threatening. We accept that, we accept it, but that's not where we put our energy, and that's not what we choose to see. We choose to see the positive aspect of what's in that room, the imagination, the joy, the boundless life shimmering energy that's there. And then because we're artists, we kindle that, we identify it in our contact with the children, the parents, we identify it, we blow on it, it sparks, and then if we do our jobs well, it just fills the room with the flames of joy and delight. And that's a lesson that I try to carry everywhere in every situation, because all of us are standing in so many doorways, and we're standing in a very difficult doorway right now, looking in at COVID. But we have a choice. We have a choice. We always have a choice.
Well, I wanted to thank you so much for this, for being in my life and for having given me this opportunity. And to me, I remember the first time you came to Brazil, I felt like a student showing the homework to the teacher.
Now you are the teacher.
No.
You are the teacher,
We
and
are,
people
we
out there are showing you their homework. Wellington, look what I did. What do you think? What do you think, Wellington?
Oh no, what do you think, Michael? No, you know what? I feel that I actually, let's share the responsibility here with everyone who's watching us. What is it that we could tell them about the future, about today? Final words.
Follow your passion. Follow the passion of your heart. Honestly, energetically, follow your passion. And if you do, things will unfold for you in ways you could never possibly have imagined.
Uh, Michael, thank you so much for having this inspiration to create this amazing program. Thank you so much for being so generous about all of us who you blessed when we wanted to create programs elsewhere. And
Thank you, Wellington. Come on. Thank you for what you've done. It's just a mutual love fest here,
yeah,
folks. So, and then we're turning all of that love to you and thanking all of you for doing what you do. And it's a never-ending story.
yeah, that's right. So, with much joy, we pass on the responsibility to you guys, because you have a lot of hard work and good work to do to show us, to bring us.
Right. And Wellington, we're not getting any younger these days.
Oh well, you had to remind me of that. Oh my God.
Not
Yeah,
getting any
yeah, that's
younger.
you know. No, not even plastic
No,
surgery will do anymore.
no,
So, I am. But
no,
anyway.
no. Okay, yeah, good enough of that. Young at heart, here we are. Hey, everybody.
Yeah.
There's Wellington over there. Michael here. Lots of
Yeah.
energy. Look at this great room. Look at the stars. Okay.
And all of you, keep up the good work, okay? Be
Okay.
serious about this.
Bye-bye.
Bye, Michael.
Bye. Bye,
Thank
Wellington.
you so
Bye,
much.
everybody. Bye-bye-bye.
Ciao.